Are we ready for story time?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so ship's log, DFT 7118, July 24th, year of the Imperium, 1105. Jex reporting. So here I am again. For the record, this is my 20th time running this route, but it's life the way I like it. We left Nellius July 15th. Now we're about to leave to Dalla. Wait a minute. Now we're about to leave Dalla, then to Zub. And we'll see Kavma, Calibed, and a half dozen others before we're home again. This trade route is practically my home now. Yeah, life the way I like it. I hope the new crew comes to feel that way too. They're one of the better ad hoc crews I've seen, and they're getting their space wings early. They've already witnessed what pirates do out here, and they've had to respond to a distress signal. By the way, they handled themselves well and even worked together to get the people off the ground again. And they're learning their stations quickly, though I guess that's just muscle memory or whatever it's called. You wouldn't have hired them if they didn't know what they were doing somewhere in their scrambled brains. Anyway, they get along well enough. Spend a lot of time in each other's company anyway. I'm confident they'll prove an asset to the company, as always. Still, I'd like a memo sent to HR that this was another batch that shouldn't have been sent out yet. They woke up and didn't have a clue who they were. That's twice that's happened. What's going on out there, guys? Anyway, we picked up the Doulos load on Dalla and a couple of side jobs. Then we all went out for some fun last night. Don't worry, we drank the cheap stuff. We made it back to our bunks by midnight, and we'll be making the jump to Zub later this morning. Speaking of, it's time for the wake-up call. This is Jex DFT 7118 signing off. So we jumped ahead a little bit. And you know, Jex was saying that when everything was all said and done, you guys were going to go out and have some fun on the company dime. So you did. And I figure that probably wouldn't be much fun to role play, so we're skipping it. I'm sure you can imagine a better time than we can role play. Yeah, you went out for dinner and drinks. He introduced you to some of the intoxicating beverages that are on Dalla. One of you had a little bit too much to drink. I mean, you only had two. You didn't think it would cause you to do anything silly, but one of you did something that you wished you hadn't.
Oh dear.
Everybody roll a d6. The loser is the loser.
Uh-oh. 4.
6.
3.
Oh, break the tie.
6.
Oh,
4.
oh my. So,
4 and 4.
that's okay. This was a tiebreaker between them. So you can either tell me what mildly embarrassing or maybe very embarrassing thing that you did, or I have a table of embarrassment here that you could roll a 1d6 and I'll tell you what you did because you had just a little too much to drink.
Oh. Does it have to be like space related stuff or?
No, just something that you did that you wished you hadn't. You can roll a die and I can tell you what you did.
Oh.
They're really not that bad.
Okay, I think I'll roll.
Okay, go for it.
Well,
1.
1. Yeah, you spilled your drink on Jex. You
oh dear.
came. Well, I was about to say what actually happened. Do you have any idea how you might have accidentally spilled a drink on Dex? A drink on Jex.
I leaned over too far.
Leaned over too far. Yep. Okay. Does anybody else want to say they drank a little too much? Because I got 5 other funny things on here.
Oh.
You want to say you drank a little too much? All right, give me a 1d6.
3.
3. Yeah. You walked into the wrong restroom. How do you suppose that played out? So you kind of stumbled and you're like, man, that stuff kind of went straight to my head. I need to go relieve myself. And you walked into the girls' restroom. And what do you think happened when you were in there?
I run.
You ran out? Okay. All right. Do you figure there was probably some screaming? Did somebody try to hit you with their purse or something like that? Okay. All right. Well, fair enough. So yeah, you guys went out and had a good time last night. You got back and crashed in your own bunks around midnight, ship time, as he said. And yeah, as you're laying there sleeping, 7 a.m., let's get the sound back, 7 a.m., you hear, good morning crew, shipboard time is 7 a.m., the ship day begins now. Morning meeting in 15 in the galley lounge. I'll see you there. Jex comes walking in and takes a look around and says, well, you guys, you've made your first stop, you've done your first job, selected your side jobs, had your first night of fun on the company dime. Here in a minute, we are going to head to the bridge and get out of here. Obviously, you guys are still on the ground port. Here in a minute, we'll head to the bridge and get out of here. It's going to take a few hours to exit the system, and then we'll go ahead and once we get en route, we'll have breakfast and get a mist and all that. You guys had your brain water, right?
Oh, I need it.
I took a
Okay.
shot. I'm drinking some coffee.
Okay.
Well, can I ask Jex how long is it gonna be until we take off?
Hang on just a moment. He'll finish his little spiel here because all he had left to say was, before lunch, we'll make the jump to Zub and start our next jump week. And then he says, any questions? So does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Then let's head to the bridge. Stations, please, everybody. So, you guys get up to the bridge. Let's bring up the bridge sounds. And yes, we're going back to this table speaker, and I expect it to work this time. I've been practicing with it for a couple of weeks now. So everybody's at their stations, and
It's still.
it just got quieter again for a second. And he says, I probably should have explained this before, but anytime that we approach or dock or take off, we've got to get clearance. So he leans over Baronix's station and says, hope you're paying attention. Reunion Ground Station. This is Doulos Transport DFT 7118 requesting permission for departure from ground station. The response comes back, DFT 7118, you are clear for departure. That is when it is time for our pilot to go ahead and take off. So roll that 2d6 with your piloting skill, and I will oppose your roll.
Oh, 4.
Plus,
Well, I'm
That's-
including.
okay. So, now as I said, shipboard time is about 7:15 a.m. or so, but as you may recall, there is a time difference between shipboard time and dock time. So when you guys take off, it is still nighttime, or the sun's going to be coming up soon. And you know that tower that was in the center of the dirt side port? Yep, here's what it looks like when it's all dark with the sun just about to come up as you guys are headed off into deep space.
I thought you were gonna say this is how it's gonna look as we crash into it.
No, he actually beat my roll, so it didn't take much this time. Okay, now you guys have flown up, you break atmo, you're out in space now, so the helmsman needs to set a course for deep space so that you guys can jump. So use your astrogation skill.
Okay, it will be 7.
Okay. So, a few hours have to pass. I mean, the way it works is you can't jump to warp speed, light speed, hyper jump, whatever you want to call it, until you're clear of all the planets in the solar system. Okay? So what we're doing now is we are just headed out. There goes a planet past us. There goes a planet past us. It obviously wouldn't happen that fast, but it takes a few hours to get out into deep space so that you guys are clear and free to make your jump. So we're not going to get totally specific here, but you guys are now going to be free for the next few hours. What do you think you'll do with your time? Oh, well, that's true. Now that you guys are out of the planet, you're gonna go and have breakfast. Breakfast, mist, that sort of thing. What are you guys gonna be doing on this lovely early morning?
I'm gonna now have a mist.
Okay, go have a mist. You'll have your breakfast first or afterward?
After.
Okay. Veronix, you just got done on the bridge. Where are you gonna head now?
I'll go eat breakfast first.
Okay. Any idea what you might have for breakfast?
Well, there would be like cereal.
Sure. I don't see why not. Yeah, that's an interesting idea, actually. What does everybody think? So, you get the packet out. You suppose you open it and it's dry cereal, or do you suppose the technology has come so far that it doesn't start getting soggy until you open it? There's already cereal and milk
It's
in
powdered
there.
milk in there and you add water.
What's everybody else think of that?
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you get the packet and you open it up and there's like dry powder in there as well as some cereal, and you go over to a little faucet thing. You probably want to put normal water in it, not brain water in it. And then what do? I guess like stir it up or something. Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe powdered milk has come a long way and it doesn't require like vigorous. Have you ever had powdered milk?
Yes.
You've had powdered milk, yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, stir vigorously, and then it'll still have lumps. It's milk that you chew. Okay. And you said you were going to have a mist, and are you singing in the mist? I'm singing in the mist. No? Okay.
I'll eat something, and then I want to just go about my engineering duties, make sure all the ship systems are in order.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. As a matter of fact, so after you've had your breakfast and your mist, I assume, you're going to head down to engineering.
I'll miss later.
Okay.
After I'm done with all the greasy work.
Okay. So you head down to engineering, I assume, or your
Yeah.
station? Okay. So you go down there, and what do you want to do? Like run some diagnostics and
I'd want to run if I have time, comprehensive diagnostics in all the systems, make sure everything's in good order.
So what's your morning routine like?
I'm gonna
Rob?
eat breakfast and have a cup of coffee. I'm
Okay.
gonna eat cream of wheat for breakfast.
Cream of wheat. Okay.
Cream.
Because all you gotta do is add water. And then I would think I'd probably need to be on the bridge, kind of watching the sensors to see if there's anything out there.
Okay. All right. So let's give that a try. You're going to be sitting there
Just
doing
monitoring.
sensor scans. Oh, okay. Okay. So the morning passes. You're doing your stuff. And then eventually it's getting close to lunchtime. And that is when the announcement comes over the ship speakers. It's Jex saying, all hands to the bridge, please, so we can make that jump to Zub. And by the way, this drives me crazy editing the video, and I'm the main offender. We're all going to agree that we know how to do basic math, and I'm not going to ask, was that with your modifier or not? Okay, everybody's just going to give the answer, and I'm going to stop asking.